So we have been discussing dynamic programming, and this is the last problem statement under it. The reason why I have put it at last, because I think this is the most complex problem statement uh, as far as dynamic programming is concerned, or whatever the list of problem statement we have discussed. This is the most difficult to understand. Uh, but I will try my best to make it easy by using various tools. So let us first discuss the what is the problem statement. The first is this is basically known as matrix chain multiplication problem. Now, as we know, you are all aware of matrix, you are all aware of multiplication, and we know that there is a matrix multiplication is very computationally very high. That means the time complexity of matrix multiplication is higher side. Uh, but here it's not just multiplying two matrix, but it's a chain of matrices. So what it means now, you have been given a sequence of matrices. Find the most efficient way to multiply these matrices together. Sequence of matrix means there are number of matrices is been given like A, B, C, D, E, F. It can be anything. Obviously, there is a rule when you want to apply a matrix multiplication on two matrices. The rule says that number of columns in the first matrix should match with number of rows in the second matrix. So if I want to multiply A with B, then number of column in matrix A has to be same as number of rows in the matrix B. That means A should have a dimension n cross m, then your B must have dimension m cross L. So that means number of columns should match for number of columns for first matrix should match with number of rows in the second matrix. This is the fundamental rule. So obviously when you want to multiply series of matrices, this criteria has to be fulfilled. But apart from that, we must know that matrix multiplication is an associative operation like a general multiplication. That means 4 into 5 is similar to 5 into 4. So that is called an associative operation. So here also matrix multiplication is also associative. What I mean by that is order of parenthesization is not important for end result. Obviously, let's say you want to multiply 4 matrices. Obviously, you have to find out a way by which putting the parenthesis means in which order you should multiply the matrix. So let's say if this is A, B, C, D, there are 4 matrices, then there are number of ways by which you can put the parenthesis. For example, this is one way. It means that you are having A and B. That means you will first multiply AB, then the result of that will be multiplied with C, and then result of that will be multiplied with D. So that is one way to perform matrix multiplication of ABCD. Another way can be you first multiply B and C, then that result should be multiplied with A, and that result should be multiplied with D, second one. Then third is you first multiply AB, then you multiply CD, and then you multiply the result of both. And finally, the last way is you multiply C and D, then you multiply that with B, and then you multiply that with A. So these are the 4 ways to perform ABCD. And interestingly, the result is same because the matrix multiplication is an associative. So ideally, it should not make any change, or it should not affect anything, whether you go by this way or this way or this way or this way. But when you do it, or when you look it from the performance point of view, there is a huge difference in all the cases. The reason for that is, let's say this is an example. Okay, there are 4 matrices. A dimensions are 10 cross 30, B dimensions are 30 cross 20, C dimension is 20 cross 50, and D dimension is 50 cross 5. So these are the 4 matrices, and we want to multiply these 4 together. That should result in a single matrix at the end. Now, if you are remember the time complexity of matrix multiplication, if you have been given two matrices, A is P cross Q and B is Q cross R, then the time complexity is P into Q into R. Or in general, time complexity of matrix multiplication is N cube, right? So let's say you are doing it in this way. So you are first multiplying AB. So A is 10 cross 30, B is 30 cross 20. So AB will be, or the total number of multiplication or the time required, whatever you tell it, total number of multiplication will be 10 into 30 into 20. So these are the number of, or this is the time required for performing AB. So that turns out to be 6,000. Now what is next? You are multiplying the result of AB with C. Remember, the result of AB will generate matrix of dimension 10 cross 20. Because if you remember, when you are multiplying P cross Q with Q cross R, then the result is P cross R. So similarly, if you are multiplying these two, then the result is 10 cross 20. So 10 cross 20, you are multiplying with 20 cross 50. So that means 10 into 20 into 50. So that will be your another number of multiplication operation which is required to be performed. So that turns out to be 10,000. And now we are actually multiplying the result of ABC with D. So ABC is what? A is 10 and C is 50. So ABC will be 10 cross 50. Then you are multiplying it with 50 cross 5. So that means 10 into 50 into 5. That turns out to be 2,500. So total number of operations which are required to be performed when you do it in this way is 18,500. When you do it another way, it turns out to be 47,500. And when you do it in third way, it turns out to be 12,000 operations. So the point over here is very simple and straightforward. Even though the result is not important, but the way in which you are multiplying the matrix is very important from the performance perspective. So this algorithm basically targets or finds out the order in which matrices should be multiplied. We are not actually improving the matrix multiplication. Okay, that you might have studied in divide and conquer, that how to multiply two matrices, and you might have studied one or two algorithm for the same. But here we are not actually performing multiplication. This problem, or the objective of this problem, is to find out what are the way by which matrices should be multiplied given the dimensions of the matrix. So you have been given A, B, C, D dimension. Your objective is to find out this. What this means? You should find out the way by which number of operations should be minimum. So that's why this is an optimization problem. Here you are optimizing the number of operations while doing multiplication. So that will give you the parenthesis. That will give you the idea of which in which order the matrices should be multiplied. So in general, what we can say, a chain of matrices of size n, this is the way it should be solved, right? When you have been given a chain of matrices of size n, chain of matrices means you have 4 matrices, okay? So you have been given a 4 matrices, so there will be 3 set of parentheses, or there will be 3 possibilities, okay? This is what it means, and this is how you can represent it. You put your first parenthesis over here, then here, and then last. So this is the way by which you can perform the number of, or the way in different order in which you can perform the multiplication. So what can be a general solution or simple solution? Simple solution will be like this. We have computed for everything. Just find out the way by which it can be done, and then you select this. So that's called a brute force approach. You just try out all the possibilities and find out which one is minimum. But obviously that is not an efficient way to find out the results. So this can be, okay. Let's try to understand from this graph. You have been given A, B, C, D. So when you have been given ABCD and you are interested to put a parenthesis, so you will simply generate this is just for the representation, right? We are not actually, uh, we are not generating any tree, but this is just for your understanding how it can be done. So first you put parenthesis after A, so that will generate A and BCD. Then you put parenthesis after B, so that will generate AB and CD. And then you put ABC and D. Again, to solve this BCD, you have two options. First, you put parenthesis after B, so that will generate B and CD, and this will generate BC and D. Similarly for everything. You find out the optimum for this, you find out optimum for this, you find out optimum for this. Again, you have three options, one option, two option, third option. Find out which one is minimum, you consider it for ABCD. So it's kind of a optimal, it has an optimal substructure property. What it means that if you want to solve the larger problem, you can divide your problems into different way and find out and generate the sub problems, and then again you follow the same procedure for solving the sub problem, find out which one is minimum, and that you will consider as a solution for the larger problem. So that's the general way. So in general, what we are doing over here is something like this equation. What this means, let's first understand it. There is a value of k. K means the index at which you are putting the parenthesis. So k will initially start with 1, 2, and 3, something like that. So you will first find out the matrix multiplication of I and k. That means the first division is I. I means from where it is beginning. So I to k and k plus 1 to j. So you are actually, okay, we'll see this later. Okay, I think it's better to understand the approach first, then the equation. Equation should be derived from the understanding. So let's first try to take one example and solve this, how it can be done. So for saving the time, I have already prepared this. Let us first understand what it means. This is the problem statement, right? You have been given a problems or the instance of a problem. What that instance tells you is about this 5 matrices. There are 5 matrices: A1 5 cross 4, A2 4 cross 6. Then you have A3 6 cross 2, then A4 2 cross 7, and A5 7 cross 5. So if there are 5 matrices, then there will be obviously 6 dimensions, right? So you can put it in this way in order of chain. Okay. Can you see this screen? Can anyone respond whether you can see the screen or not? Okay, fine. So that means from this problem statement, you can derive this instance, right? So that's basically an array. You can easily see that. It's an array which has a 6 value, 5, 4, 6, 2, 7, and 5. Logically, what it means, this means the matrix dimension of first matrix 5 cross 4, second matrix 4 cross 6, third matrix 6 cross 2, 2 cross 7, 7 cross 5. So if there are 5 matrices, there will be array of 6 elements. Now let's put this array into this form. Okay, so you have to observe this. This is 5, 4, 6. So this is matrix A1, dimension is 5 cross 4. Matrix A2, dimensions are 4 cross 6. Then A3, 6 cross 2, A4, 2 cross 7, A5, 7 cross 5. Okay, so this is the initial setup. Okay, we'll not look into this at this point, just focus on this diagram. Okay, now in this cell, what you are writing, this is to be computed. Okay, and that will tell us about the Okay, that will tell us about the order of parenthesis. Okay, so let's start with it. We are initially starting with 0. 0 means what? 0 means that if you want to multiply, that means there is only a single matrix. So this is the base condition basically. So you have only one matrix, that means you don't require any number of multiplication. So that's why this is 0. So this is a base condition. Okay, like we are doing it in some other problem statement, that when your I is equal to 0, then sum of or the value within this cell is 0. Similarly, here your j is equal to 1. We'll discuss what is this j and I. But when your j is equal to 1, okay, sorry, when your I is equal to 1 and j is equal to 1, your I is equal to 2 and j is equal to 2, your I is equal to 3 and j is equal to 3. That means when your I is equal to j, the result is 0. So that is the base condition which is required for any dynamic programming algorithm. And from the understanding point of view, you can understand that when you have a single matrix, you don't require any multiplication. So that's why the number of multiplication is 0. This indicates the number of multiplications which is to be required to be performed. Finally, we are interested in this value. Okay, so this should be minimum. This value should be minimum. That's what we are interested in. So let us start with the uh, base condition. Okay, so now since we have already done with the base condition, now let's try to put the values in this particular cell, that means level up. So this okay, so we are interested in putting the value over here. Now remember, this is what we are multiplying a1 with a2. So if you look from the this perspective, you are multiplying what? Two matrices a1 and a2. A1 is 5 cross 4 and a2 is 4 cross 6. Okay. Now let us put the value 5 cross 4 and 4 cross 6. So 5 into 4 into 6. The number of multiplication will be 5 into 4 into 6. So 5 into 4 is 20, into 6 is 120. So this will be 120. Again, we are interested in putting the value. So you have to just see this. This is 4 cross 6 cross 2. So you are multiplying a2 with a3. So 4 cross 6, 24 cross 2, 48. Right? So this will be 48. Again, 6 cross 2, 12 cross 7. So 84. And 2 cross 7 cross 5. So that is 70. Okay. So now when you are doing it for level 1, you don't have any other option. For example, if you want to multiply a1 with a2, you can't put parenthesis logically. Right? There are only two matrices and there is only one way to do it. That is multiply a1 with a2. That's it. So you have only a single value. You are not going to consider anything over here. Even if you are considering, there are always going to be 0. So putting the values in the second level, it's pretty simple. And there is only one way to do it. So this indicates the where you are putting your parenthesis, okay, in the array. So technically, when your matrices are on the first level, these will be the values. What? So it is very simple, right? For the first level, it becomes a slightly more complicated when it goes into the second layer. Okay, so let's first try to understand that. So now you are interested in putting the value of this cell. This cell, sorry, this one. So you are interested in putting the value in this cell. Okay, that means you are interested in computing the value of A1 into A2 into A3. So you are multiplying three matrices now. So when you are multiplying three matrices, you have two options. Okay. First option is you first something like this. You first multiply, or let's first put it in this way only. You first multiply A1 into A2. Whatever result you are getting, you multiply that with A3. So that's what we are writing. So that will be the first possibility. So if you do it in that way, A1 into A2 is what? 5 cross 6. Already you have considered 120 number of multiplication for A1 into A2. So what will happen now? You have 120, that means plus. So if you write over here, you have already 120 operations which is already being performed. Okay, plus what are the dimensions you are having now? It's 5 cross 6 multiplied by 6 cross 2. So 5 cross 6 cross 2, that is 60. Okay, that turns out to be 180. But that is not the only way, right? There is other way as well. What is that? That was 180. Other way is something like this. You already have 48, right? So that was 180, that is 120 plus 5 into 4, sorry, 5 into 6 into 2, that is 180. Second option is you already have the result of A2 into A3, that is 48. So now you have multiplication of A1 with A2, A3. So when you are doing in that way, A1 means 5 cross 4, A2, A3 means 4 cross 2. So that will be 5 into 4 into 2. So that is 88, right? So you have two ways to do this. One will take 180 operation, second will take 88 operation. Obviously you are interested in minimum, so you will write down 88 over here. Okay. So similarly, you can do it for every other cell. For example, if you are interested in this value, then one option is this. So you have 4 cross 2 matrix, that means the result of A2, A3. So that means 48 plus 4 into 2 into 7. 4 into 2 is 8, into 7 is 56. So 48 plus 56. So that is one option. Okay. That will turn out 104. Another option is this one. You have already result of A3, A4, that is 84, plus you multiply that with A2, that is 4 cross 6. So that means now you have 4 cross 6 multiplied by 6 cross 7. So that will be 84 plus 4 cross 6 cross 7. Okay. 4 cross 6 cross 7. So that will be 24 into 7. So that should be 168. 24 into 7, I think. Wait a minute. Yes, it's 168. So when you add these two together, it will be 252. Okay. So that means one way, if you do it in this way, then it will be 104. If you do it in this way, then it will be 252. So obviously the minimum is 104. Right? Similarly, you can do it for this cell as well. You have already value of this. That means a result of A3, A4, that is 6 cross 7. Multiplied that with 5. Again, another option is this. You have result of A4, A5, that is 2 cross 5. And multiply that with 6 cross 2. So similarly, you can have some values over here. And that will be 130. Again, this will record the value for which it is minimum. We will look into the presentation, and which I have discussed with the equation itself. So that will give you the idea about why this value is something like this. Okay. But let us just first understand this. So I hope this is clear, that how we are putting the value at the level 2. Next is level 3. When you are at level 3, again you have 3 different way of doing that. Okay, that means you are interested in first let me copy this. Okay, so the first way, remember we are interested in this cell. Okay, so that means you are interested in manipulating or computing the result of A1, A2, A3 and A4, multiplication of this. So when you want to put multiplication of this, there are 3 options basically. First option is you multiply this. So you multiply this with this matrix. So that means you are multiplying this with this matrix. This is 2 cross 7 obviously, and this is 5 cross 2. You already have the result of minimum result of 5 cross 2, that is 88. So what will be the value at this cell? It will be 88 plus 5 cross 2 cross 7. Okay, so that will give you some value. 88 plus 5 cross 2 cross 7. 70 plus 88, that will give you 158. So one value is 158. Okay. Second option, you have done with this, right? So that means you have put the parenthesis at first place. So after A1 you have put the parenthesis. After A3, let's do it in the order in which it is to be done. So first option is this, you put the parenthesis at here, that means after A1. So that means A1 will be multiplied with A2, A3, A4. So A2, A3, A4 is 4 cross 7. Okay, if you see this, it is 4 cross 7. That should be multiplied with A1. A1 is 5 cross 4. So 5 cross 4 cross 7 plus you already have this result 104. Remember, A2, A3, A4 is already with you. That is 104. So it's 104 plus 5 cross 4 cross 7. That is equal to 5 cross 4 cross 7. 140 plus 104. Yes. So that will be 244, I think. Okay. Next option is you multiply, you put the parenthesis after this. So you have two options now. You multiply A1, A2. That means the result of A1, A2 with result of A3, A4. So in case of this way, if you write A1, you are interested in multiplying A1, A2, A3 and A4. So first what we have done, we have put the parentheses over here. Okay. Then we have put the parentheses, and then we are putting the parentheses after second position. So that means you are putting at here. Okay. So that means you have this, that is A1, A2 and A3, A4. So A1, A2 is 120 plus A3, A4 is 84 plus A1, A2 dimension is 5 cross 6, A3, A4 dimension is 6 cross 7. So this will be 5 cross 6 cross 7. So that will be 5 into 6 into 7. So that is 210 plus 210 plus A1, A2, that is 120 plus A3, A4 is 84. That will be 414. Right. So this will be the result of. So this was about A1, A2, A3, A4. Next is this. Okay. And the next is you multiply this first, A1, A2, A3. That should be multiplied with A4. Now first find out what is A1, A2, A3, result of A1, A2, A3. So this is A1, A2, A3. So it is 88. You have to see the top cell. Right? So it is 88 plus A4 is obviously a single matrix, so 0 plus what is the dimension of A1, A2, A3? Dimension of A1, A2, A3 is 5 cross 2 and A4 is 2 cross 7. So 5 cross 4, 5 cross 2 cross 7. So that is 70. Right. So let's write it in this way only. 5 cross 2 cross 7. So that is 70 plus 88. So that is 158. Okay. So this will be, obviously minimum is 158. Similarly, you can do it for the other case. So let's do it. We are interested in A2, A3, A4 and A5. So put it in this way. We are interested in A2, A3, A4, A5. The first option is you put the parenthesis after A2. So this is the first option. Second option is after A3. The third option is after A4. Right, so these are the three options. So let's first compute A2 with A3, A4, A5. A3, A4, A5 is this. Right, so that is 130. And the dimension is 6 cross 5 and A2 is 4 cross 6. So that means it is 130 plus 0 plus 4 cross 6 cross 5. Okay. So 4 cross 6 cross 5 is 120 plus 130. So that will be 250. One option. Second option is A2, A3 and A4, A5. So A2, A3, that means here A2, A3 is 48 and A4, A5 is 70. So 48 operation plus 70 operation plus, what is the dimension of A2, A3? Dimension is 4 cross 2 and A4, A5 is 2 cross 5. So that means it is 4 cross 2 cross 5. That is 2 into 5, 10 into 4, 40 plus 70, 110 plus 48, so 158. Right? Again, the last options A2, A3, A4, A2, A3, A4, this. So that is 104. So 104 plus 0 plus 0 is because A5 is a single matrix. Plus, what is the dimension of A2, A3, A4? Dimension is 4 cross 7 and 7 cross 5. So that means this is 4 cross 7 cross 5. So that should be 4 into 7 into 5 plus 104. So that is 244. So which one is minimum? Obviously 158 is minimum. Okay. And you are noting at which place which one is minimum. So here we have put the parenthesis after 3. So that's why this value should be 3. Here also minimum is at after 3. So that's why this is also 3. Okay. So now you have a final stage. Right. So you have this and you are interested in computing A1, A2, A3, A4, A5. So now if you see, you are interested in computing A1, A2, A3, A4 and A5. So now you have 4 options. Okay. First option is you put here. Second option you put parenthesis here. Third option is this. Last option. Okay. Basically, when you are doing this, right? So this is the scenario. Now let us try to understand. First option is A1 multiplied by A2, A3, A4, A5. So A2, A3, A4, A5 means this, that is 158, right? So A1 is 0. So 0 plus 158 plus is the dimension 5 cross 4 and 4 cross 5. So that is 5 into 4 into 5. That will be, so 5 into 4 20 plus into 500 plus 158, so 258. Okay. Second is A1 A2 multiplied by A3 A4 A5. So A3 A4 A5 means this, so that is 130. First A1 A2. A1 A2 is this, so it is 120. Dimension is 5 cross 6. So 120 plus something plus 5 cross 6. Then A3 A4 A5. A3 A4 A5 is this, so that is 130 and dimension is 6 cross 5. So that is 130 plus 6 cross 5. Okay. So that will give you the value as 120 plus 130, 250 plus 150, so 400. Okay. Next is A1, A2, A3. So A1, A2, A3. So that is 88 and dimension is 5 cross 2. So that is 88 plus 5 cross 2. Next is A4, A5. A4, A5 is this. So that is 70 and dimension is 2 cross 5. So 70 plus 2 cross 5. So that is 5 into 5, 25 into 250 plus 70, 120 plus 88, 208. Okay. Next. A1, A2, A3, A4. A1, A2, A3, A4 is 158. Dimension is 5 cross 7. So this is 158 plus something plus 5 cross 7. And multiply by A5. A5 is obviously 0. Dimension is 7 cross 5. So this is 0 plus 7 cross 5. So that will be 5 into 7 into 5, 175 plus 158, 333. 33. So which one is minimum? This one, 208. So this is 208, right? And when you have got the minimum, when the value, when you have put the value after a parenthesis after 3, so that is 3. Okay. So that is all about how to derive this. That means there are minimum 208 number of multiplication is required when you are multiplying this. Obviously, this will give you the number of multiplication. If you want to put the parenthesis, then this matrix is important. Okay. Let's see the presentation first, and then we can discuss more on that. So, right. So straight away we are going into this equation first. Okay. Yes. As I told you that we are interested in changing the value or putting the parenthesis, and this k represents that parenthesis. That means first at parenthesis it will be put between any value of I and j, and it will be incremental. That means it will start with some value of that means start with I plus 1 and it goes till j. That is what we mean by value of k. Every time what you are looking at, the first component, number of multiplication required for first component, number of multiplication required for second component, plus there will be some dimension of this component. Okay, so that will be given by P of I minus 1 into P of K. So this is I cross K matrix and this is K cross J matrix logically. So that's why this is P of I minus 1 into P of K into P of J. This will be more clear when we see at this iteration. Okay, this is what we have already discussed actually, but this is how this equation is to be written. So we are interested in computing M12, right? M12 means this is I value is 1 and J value is 2. So that means you are interested in computing value of this. Okay. So M12 is what? This is I, this is J. You will take the, there is no other options of K. So that means K value cannot be put over here. So basically this is had only one possibilities for K equal to 1, K equal to 2, K equal to 3 and K equal to 4. And there are no other options. We have discussed that. The first stage is very simple. You can straight away compute the number of multiplication required for each of this. When you go into the second level, so you are interested in computing the value of 1, 3. So you are interested in this cell. So this is 1, I is 1 and J is 3. So 1 and 3, you are interested in this value. So when you have this, you options for K is, your I is 1. So options for K is start with 1. So value of K is 1. That means you are putting at the parenthesis at the first, after first location. So that will give you some value. This. So basically, see, this will tell you about what is the equations and how they actually is computing. This graphical represents gives you the idea about what exactly is happening by these equations. The reason which I am discussing both of these because that will give you the clear picture about how the actual approach is. Okay. Otherwise, understanding from this is important. Also, this is also important, but for example, if you have been asked in the examination, you are not supposed to write down this equation actually. Okay. You are simply supposed to derive this matrix and this matrix, and that finally will tell you about what is the actual parenthesis order. So similarly, you can do it for third level. So in third level, you have 3 value of K, and the final level you have 4 value of K. So you will put the value of K over here, and whatever K value for which you are getting the minimum result, that should be written over here. Okay, and this is actually the matrix or the algorithm which is it's a recursive algorithm. We'll understand this if time permits. Okay, but not today obviously, and not as a part of this course discussion as well, because this is not part of your syllabus. But still there is an algorithm for evaluating the this matrix and find out the parenthesis. Okay, this is the same table actually, but see, I cannot rotate this presentation, but you can just imagine that this is actually where from where we have started. These are all 0. Then we have computed this, then you have computed this, then this and this. Okay, so technically we are interested in this cell, first cell. Like we are somehow in dynamic program, we are always interested in this last cell. In this case, we are interested in this cell. And remember, this is I, which is going from 1 to 5. This is J, which is going from 5 to 1. Okay, this is just for your understanding. ये भी आपको ऐसे नहीं लिखना है, आपको लिखना तो वैसे ही है जैसे आपने पहले डिस्कस किया. Right, so this is the resultant outcome. See, there is one more way to find out this parenthesis. You have to simply note down which one was minimum. Right, so let's say there is no minimum in this level, but let's say on how this 88 is derived. When your K is equal to 1, that means A1 is multiplied with A2, A3. For that, this is minimum. So in result also, A1 is multiplied with A2, A3. So that will give you the first level of parenthesis. Okay. I think time is up. We may discuss something more on this. But I hope the actual approach is clear, that we have been given this 5 matrices with dimensions. Your objective is to find out this. Exam में अगर पूछा है तो आपका ये आंसर होना चाहिए. And finally the result, how many number of multiplications or the operations are required. So that is 208. Okay, we'll discuss more on this in the next class. Goodbye.